Clifton Warren, and welcome to the Top Producer Podcast. 3 ways to grow. There's really only 3 ways to grow your business or your firm. You can do it organically, you can do it by acquisition, or you can use a hybrid approach, which is a combination of the two. Let me break each of these down for you. Number 1 is organic growth. This should be your number 1 strategy. And this is building on what you already have, and you want to increase revenue, new business, and retention. This should be your number 1 strategy. But for this strategy to work, everyone should be on board with an objective. That means everyone who has a revenue target, everyone who's responsible for any kind of revenue, should have a target for retention, for growth, and for new business. These should be tracked and measured on a regular basis. Develop that culture of accountability and provide that ongoing feedback. That's why organic growth is such a good strategy. Number 1, it's sustainable. Number 2, it's lower risk. 3, it's cost efficient. So particularly if your new business is coming by referral, introductions, and cross-selling within your business. And of course, it's strong retention. People are just sticky when they come by referral and when they come by other means instead of just cold calling or mass advertising along the way. So organic growth should be your number 1 strategy. But when it's not, you need to go out and grow by acquisition. And when you grow by acquisition, which is strategy number 2, by the way, you're either buying a firm in its whole or you're buying a part of a firm. And the good thing about growth by acquisition is that you gain immediate access to new revenues. You gain immediate access to clients, to markets and the capabilities, and you get a big bump into your results. But there's also some pitfalls. Number 1, you must do your due diligence. I have seen far too many cases where people have bought a business. They're happy and excited about the acquisition. I'm talking about either small businesses, very large ones, and they didn't do the diligence and they end up just buying more what they have. When you do an acquisition, you're going to put your money on an acquisition. 1 and 1 cannot equal 2. 1 and 1 needs to equal 5 or at least 4. You need to get more than what you're getting your hands on. Steadfast and AUB, 2 large financial services in the insurance brokering market here in Australia, and let's just say Asia Pacific and New Zealand, have done exceptionally well at growing by acquisition. You also want to have a communication strategy in place when you take over another business. You want to make sure that that communication strategy covers all stakeholders. You're able to talk to the clients, let them know what's happening. You want to talk to the staff, of course. You want them to stay. And thirdly, you want to talk to alliance partners to get them on board. When you do an acquisition, you want to share your vision. You want to share the journey with them and get everyone on board. And strategy number 3, the hybrid approach. This is a combination of the 2. Sometimes it can be the best of both worlds when it's done well. An acquisition gives you immediate boost to revenues, new clients, capabilities, etc. Organically should be your long-term strategy to implement, execute the acquisition. Far too often we see acquisitions being made and they're ignored or they're not really implemented or integrated within the business. When you're doing a hybrid strategy, you want to follow the 80-20 rule. That is 80% focus on organic execution. So whatever you bought, whatever you think about buying, or whatever you acquired, the 80% is managing that organically and getting your systems in place and making most of what you have, making sure that everyone has their targets and revenue objectives. You're monitoring and have that culture of accountability. The other 20% is your acquisition. That's when you're looking over the horizon for opportunities that might be a good fit to implement within your organic strategy. As I said, this is the best of both worlds when it is done well. You get this right, you'll have sustainable growth for the long haul. But whether it's organic, whether it's acquisition, or whether it's a hybrid approach, the ultimate objective is to make sure you're able to produce superior results, regardless of the market, regardless of the economy. I'm Clifton Warren. Thanks for listening.